Welcome back to Joe's Astrology, and I'm continuing my mini series here on the astrological dictionary. And I'm looking at Venus, Libra, Taurus. This is from the astrological dictionary by Edward Jondro. And we're looking at keywords: Venus, love, beauty, harmony, feminine, passive, I love, airy, social. See some keywords here. Acceptance. That's interesting. You hear that a lot. Acceptance, especially in like therapy or when you're talking to somebody. When you're talking to somebody and you're complaining, and then they'll say, uh, though they might encourage acceptance. That's a very Venus-like response. Just accept the way things are, because that creates harmony. As I said here, some of the keywords, the major keywords are harmony, social, and when you accept things as you are, you essentially are social. You are becoming social. You're pleasant. People aren't going to walk away from you, and that's going to create a social environment around you. There's so much more to be said about that. That's huge. Acceptance. When you think of the opposite, Mars. People don't like Mars for that reason. They don't like conflict. They want that harmony. Accordion, acquiesce, to acquiesce, adapt. That's interesting too. Adapt. Venus is adapt. Libra is the ability to adapt. Libra, you see a lot of people with Libra placements. Like if you look at someone who's got planets in Libra, who'd be like an expert at navigating this social system we have, using it to their advantage, or someone who's using it to their advantage, they're definitely going to have some interesting Venus and Libra or Libra placements. Admiration, to admire. Anyone that has a strong Venus, people know this. If you look at your chart, this is also a cool thing about astrology. If you look at your chart and you have a strong Venus, like I know people that have Venus in Libra in the 10th house or Venus in the 10th. You just know. You know when you go out into the world that people are going to admire you, at least before they get to know you. Admissible, adolescence, to adore. Children are Venus, young people. Aesthetics, combined with Neptune. As I mentioned before, he's got other planets here when next to words when they're combined with those planets. We have Venus, Neptune is aestheticism. Someone who has a good eye for beauty, to create beauty. Venus and Neptune. Affection, agreement. More of this here, acceptance, agreement. It's like my father, he's a Libra. He's got Venus near the 10th house in Sagittarius. And I never knew this, not until I got much older, how much this applies to him. How, like, looking at him as a Venus person, I see him a lot different now. His always agreeing and with like talking to people. He's like, if you're arguing about something, he'll buy right into it. He'll agree with you. If you're talking about something else, he'll agree with you. It's like always agreement, always trying to relate to what you're saying. Amateur. We think of that newness. An amateur is essentially has to be feminine, passive, because they're learning. Amusement, applause, Jupiter. appease, approve, aptitude, art, aroma, artful, artistic, assent, attire, attraction, attractive, baby, ballet, ball games. Ball games combined with Saturn and Uranus. To bathe, bathe, Neptune, Neptune and Venus. You want to create a romantic, like a really Venusian romantic environment. Set up a bath. Beautiful. Befriend. Blood. Neptune. Venus and Neptune. Blood. Bleed. Mars and Venus. Bleed. I don't get that one. Blend. There's quite a bit of Venus, like the Saturn. Comedian. Clown combined with Saturn. Bliss. Butter. Caddy. Calm. Candy. Comical. Compatible. Concede. This is something that I struggle with, this idea of Venus, this conceding, agreement, consensus. And I always say consensus. I always say this because I want to get to the truth, but it just doesn't work like that. People don't see it like that. If you're not in agreement with them, they don't care. They're gonna go the other way. The majority, the consensus. Consolation, congratulate. Yeah, sometimes I think of, like, in sports and especially later in my life now, I'm just like, I hate congratulations. I hate celebrations. I can't stand this constant come on and rah rah rah. But that's Venus. And that's the way people look at it. They're looking at it like you're destroying harmony. You're destroying beauty. And I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm just trying to get some balance here. But people love, they need that Venus. It makes them happy. See, Mars makes me happy to a certain degree. Mars and Saturn combined with Venus. Mars, Saturn, and Venus makes me happy together. Let's see. Delicacy, delicious, daughter, dance combined with Uranus and Neptune. That's interesting too, like dance. Just because you have like these Venus people I'm talking about, Libras, that doesn't mean they like to dance. They may think they want to dance, but do they really dance in their life? Delight, doll, dollar, donor combined with Jupiter, Venus, donors, dramatize, drawing room, earrings, elegance. Jupiter, Venus is elegance, emotion, Uranus, Neptune, and Venus, emotion. Fad, favorite, feel, fiance, finesse, flattery combined with Neptune, flirtation combined with Neptune. See, that's interesting too. And you get to flattery, flirtation with when you add Neptune there, it gets kind of nebulous. It gets confusing. It gets foggy because, as I said, people we think of agreement, consensus. People like that, but once you go a little too far, you throw in Neptune, and it gets a little foggy. Like, is a person flirting? Are they flattering me? Are they being flirtatious? Then it gets a little bit foggy with Neptune there. Are you permitted to do that without uh, going overboard, doing something that's taboo? Because Venus isn't going to like taboo. Maybe Venus and Uranus. To forgive, friendship, I'm not going to go through all of them. Just kind of run through some more. Honeymoon combined with the moon. Joyful, obviously. Loving, lovable, lover. Luxury, matchmaker. Mattress combined with Saturn. Mediate. Narcissus. Venus and Leo, maybe. Narcissus. It doesn't say anything about that, about like Venus and the Sun. It's just Narcissus. Wow. Not to like, probably no one's probably watching this, but for any of the women out there watching this, I'm just saying, Narcissus, Venus, women, just saying. More likely to be a narcissist. Who's more likely to be a narcissist? By nature. Musician, naive, negotiator, oblige, olive, oblige, Saturn. There's some lessons I got. I hate obliging. Hate it. Really hurts my bank account. Painter, paradise. Preference, please, pleasantry, permission. Oh, permission. Don't like that word either. Souvenir, toy, teamwork. Oh, not a fan of that word either. Solicitation, smile. Well, I think vanilla. Is that vanilla? Valentine? I think I'm going to leave it there. Got wine, welcome, young youth, a necktie. I'm going to leave it there. That's Venus. If you want a copy of this book, send me an email. I'll send you a copy.